Hey everybody, this is Colin popping in here to thank you all for listening and to especially thank our heroes of Edera who are supporting us over on Patreon. You guys are holding up the fort, or I guess holding down the fort. Also shout out to everyone who's bought hats. Hats at store.7thvalkyrie.com. Hats at store.7thvalkyrie.com. Woo, 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 woo. Anyway, love you guys, and on into the show. Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the Seventh Valkyrie, where we watch one guy go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie, or maybe we just discover the power of friendship along the way. Hi, I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator of the Seventh Valkyrie, host of the TABTA podcast, host of all these things, voice of everybody. You guys know who I am. And hi, I always love... So first of all, I get really excited when I nail the intro, because I don't actually have it scripted and I'm not reading it from anywhere. It's kind of coming from the dome, but it's always really awesome when it comes off well. And I'm like, sometimes I'll add little bits where I'm like, ooh, that kind of felt good. That might last in a future iteration of the intro. And then I have my me voice, which is me talking to you guys like actual real humans. Hello. The balance between brand voice and actual human voice is always interesting, because you got to throw in stuff like, oh hey, like make sure to support us on Patreon and buy a shirt, but it's also like that's like weird shilling, so you got to like put it. If I don't know, I'm over the course of the continued adventures of TABTA, I'm sure I will continue to fight with the business presence and marketing persona versus just getting to talk to you guys and be like blah, because it is really satisfying to come into this closet and go blah and just have you guys be like, wow, thanks for sharing that. That wasn't that helpful, but like, I'm glad. I appreciate it. Anyway, so onward into another episode of TABTA. TABTA, I think, is like 42 now, so reaching midlife crisis era. But the title of this podcast was Mellow Vibes Big News. And the big news is that you guys are starting and continuing to listen to this series. Hello, new listeners. Hello, new people. Hello, loyal listeners. Slowly over time, it seems new people are starting to discover this little series of something. And last week, we had the first time I think the first time ever that we've had 4 days in a row with over 100 downloads. Woo, crazy, wow, I'm so happy. Which is really exciting. Like, obviously numbers of people is like important to top end, and it's important to creating a business, and it's important to like this one day becoming a huge, awesome, epic project, and maybe one day a movie, or, getting an adaptation, or becoming a really, really well done version of itself. Like, I'm working on what this is right now, but and obviously I've talked about how I have like ambitions for this to grow, and to obviously I'd love to retire off the back of a multi-billion-dollar media industry, but that was that's a long shot, and like I said, maybe we'll just discover the power of friendship along the way. But having more friends and more people in this community and getting to know that other people are enjoying this thing I'm putting out, it feels fucking good. Life is going interestingly outside of that. I'm going to be getting some more chapters in the pipeline soon. As you guys know, or may not know if I haven't talked about this in a while, I've also got several other businesses that I run on the side. So sometimes Seventh Valkyrie gets, it can be the little redheaded stepchild where it's like my favorite thing to work on, but there's other stuff that's paying the bills right now. Anyway, we can get into all of that some other point, but the things are going well and requiring a lot of, stick-to-itiveness and bootstrappery or whatever. So that's going well. Obviously, things in the world are reaching a fever pitch because the direction of the universe may be decided by the election in November. And oh, wrestling is great. I watched amazing wrestling yesterday. Like wrestling so intense that it like unsettled me a little bit, which is new. I've not seen something that wasn't cartoonishly like tongue in cheek and very still rooted in the 2000s. And this was the first time I was like, oh shit, this is like I'm being moved emotionally and physically by this. So that's pretty cool. But and we'll have to just see what comes down the pipeline. But yeah, guys, this is another edition of TABTA. Should be getting more. Like I said, got more episodes to come. I think we got episodes out through November already, so I don't have to worry about having a week without Seventh V, which for me is a huge accomplishment to be getting ahead of it and going to be getting back in the studio, cranking on some things. And moving right along in this big adventure. I've got some steps out next for what happens when season 2 comes to an end. We're gonna go back through and we're gonna revamp season 0 and season 1 to really be at the same standard. So while I'm writing the next season or 2, getting ahead, we'll be going back through and actually checking in on the old stuff and kind of doing a total revamp. And I'm hoping that'll be a fun little project. But without getting too far ahead, we still got a lot left in season 2. We still got, I think we're in chapter 17 and there's 38 chapters. So we're a little less than halfway through. And things do not let up from here. Oh, now I'm getting excited. I'm just... I fucking so desperately want to, enjoy working on Seventh Valkyrie, and it has been really hard, like having so many other wonderful things in my life, of various importances, like building the business that will pay the bills while I continue to write this series, building Seventh Valkyrie, building another business and client base, running another thing that I own. Anyway, this isn't me like bragging or anything. It's just like life is so full of interesting challenges, and like recently I've felt slowly like I'm getting the growth and the evolution that it takes to step up to this shit. So I'll keep you guys posted. Oh man, this all of a sudden ran long. So we're right around 7.5 minutes right now. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to sign off because I could probably talk for a while longer if I just keep rambling. So I won't. Have a great start to your week. Ciao. I don't know any other languages right now. They're not coming to mind. So I love you. Good night. Or good morning. Wait, when does this come out?